الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام را تلك آيات الكتاب وقرآن مبين ربما يود الذين كفروا لو كانوا مسلمين ذرهم يأكلوا ويتمتعوا ويلههم الأمل فسوف يعلمون وما أهلكنا من قرية إلا ولها كتاب معلوم ما تسبق من أمة أجلها وما يستأخرون. These 5 verses in the beginning of the surah summarize the whole story of the surah.
Alif Lam Alif Lam Ra, these letters are one of the miracles of the Quran, and none but Allah knows their meaning. These are the verses of the book, Al Quran, and a plain Quran. How much will those who disbelieve desire that they were Muslims? This will be on the day of resurrection, when they will see the disbelievers going to Jahannam, hell, and the Muslims going to Jannah, paradise. Leave them to eat and enjoy, and let them be preoccupied with false hope. They will come to know. And never did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroy a township, but there was a known decree for it. No nation can advance its term nor delay it.
Okay. Basically the verse explicitly saying the Quran, and in this surah there is a verse said, we have revealed the Quran and we protect it, but at the same time protect the deen, protect the believers. That verse is going to come. So start, this Quran or this book is Allah's word and Allah's wills, and it is planted just like that strong tree. No one absolutely can uproot this Quran from earth and eliminate it. Now, as we just said, the tree of the disbelief is there, but it is standing on the ground, above the ground, has no root whatsoever, and with little wind it can be destroyed, but it is not up to us as the believers. When we want to destroy it, it will be destroyed. Allah said, no, every nation, every group, every tree, its known book to determine the time of its collapse. It's just kind of dream. When you say United States is going to collapse this year, 20 years, 50 years, 20 years, you don't know about this. Or when they say Russia is going to collapse, or Soviet Union, or Germany, or all these nations has their time, known as the verse said. And when the time comes, they cannot delay, and they will never be destroyed before that time. That's what the verse. They will never be collapsed before their time, but when their time comes, they cannot continue whatsoever. We take the examples of the Middle East. Okay, that is Hosni Mubarak, as nobody thought it will collapse. Every day getting stronger and stronger. And people giving up. That's the end of it. Or Qaddafi, or so on and so forth. But when their time comes, they cannot extend their existence for one day. Before that, many attempts to crash that regime, and all failed. So that is what the verse said. 4 and 5.
And never did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroy a township, but there was a known decree for it.
Known decree for it, okay?
No nation can advance its term nor delay it.
No delay. So we don't want to build a false impression that, well, we are protected, And if our enemy decided to uproot us, Allah will come and uproot them, so don't worry about it. No, you don't know when and how. It might be not in your time, it might be in the same age or same imagination or plan. It is up to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but Allah has put limit. The minute they come to crush Quran, Allah will crush them. Even though at the precise time that's been decreed and notes. تِلْكَ آيَاتُ الْكِتَابِ وَقُرْآنٍ مُبِينٍ. Definitely it makes us like the one going through the road, and they know where they are going, they are confident. This is what we need to learn. We are going down the path that is known to where is going to lead to Allah and Jannah and forgiveness. We know that, we are confident of that. And if someone decided to cut us off, we know for sure Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will do His way to protect His deen and His Quran. And examples through the history, through the real time of today is there. Probably by the way, you know the Danish cartoonist that made the cartoon, and then from the cartoon somebody made a movie out of it. Yeah, well, he's in Medina making Umrah, and it is on the TV, so it is that he became a Muslim, and he was touring Medina, visiting the grave of the Prophet ﷺ, and made Umrah, and he became Muslims and the strongest defender of Islam in his home place. That is, so don't think when Allah wants to protect the deen, He's going to destroy the Kafir. What we are saying, Ya Allah, destroy them. Well, Allah said, I have better plan for them. I open their hearts and they let them become Muslims. Why I have to destroy them? There is no need for that all the time. And so it is amazing how he went all the way, and he's trying. He said, I did something and I need to compensate what I have done out of my ignorance. And he is working to do an Islamic project where he is going to defend the Prophet ﷺ and defend Islam and Muslims as a compensation to what he has done against Allah and His book and His Prophet ﷺ. Okay? So the key here, as we said, Allah defending, preserving. It does not mean if it's needed to eliminate the enemy, it doesn't mean to destroy them. Allah has His wisdom, better way to open their heart and let them become Muslims like this guy and others. So that is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defend, protect, preserve His book, take it for His book, and all the people who are attached to His book. Now, at that time, رُبَمَا يَوَدُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ كَانُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. The translation said in the day of judgment, we know what's going to happen. Hellfire is 7 levels, 7 stories, but underground. Hellfire, 7 stories underground. There is a main gate where all come through, and when they get into the main area, there are gates to lead to every floor underground. سبعة أبواب. So once they are all gathered in an open area inside, then there are just like elevators that's going to take you to the first floor, second floor, third floor, 7th floors. The bottom one is the worst. The next one is least. The third, and so on and so forth. The top one is the least. And that's why Allah said, أَدْخِلُوا آلَ فِرْعَوْنَ أَشَدَّ الْعَذَابِ. Fir'aun and his, as a symbol, all people like Fir'aun, Allah tells the angels, lead them to the highest level of punishments, mean the bottom one. أَشَدَّ الْعَذَابِ, the highest level of punishments, mean the bottom ones. And the second one is going to go there, who? The hypocrites. Allah said also, the Fir'aun and so similar to Fir'aun and the hypocrites, they are going to go to the first floor, the bottom one, which is Asad. Now, as we go through some hadith, basically the highest level, the top one, which is the least, is the sinner of the Muslims, will be on that level. And beneath them, the Christians, and beneath them, the Jews, beneath them, the fire worshippers, beneath them, the idol worshippers, and then you end up with Fir'aun, and you end up with the hypocrites. So once the Muslims in hellfire, yeah, they are on the least level of punishments, but the people on the second and third and bottom, they got a say. Say, you used to pray, you used to call to Allah, you used to Quran, and you are here in hell. It didn't help you. You got nowhere. You are like us. We were drinking, we were doing adultery, we were stealing, and we are here. You were praying, and you were doing all these things, and you are here too. So they start mocking and just humiliating the believers, the sinners who ended up in that level. So that is, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come to protect them and say, because they are mocking you and humiliating you, free them and send them to Jannah. All. They are sinners. So at that time, all the dwellers of hellfire will say, we wish we were just even like them, bad Muslims. We wish not just, the greatest Muslim, just like them, bad Muslims. We do halal and we do haram, but by the end they left us alone here. That is one meaning, is رُبَمَا يَوَدُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ كَانُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. We wish we were just like these weak Muslims, sinner Muslims. We will be better off. One day we will be released. That is one of the meaning. The other meaning is in this life. رُبَمَا يَوَدُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ كَانُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. And we see it. Now let's ask Brother Michael, once you discovered Islam, what was your wish for your past?
That I had found it earlier.
Yeah, say that again.
I just wish I had started sooner.
Yeah, I wish I was Muslims. Once he discovered Islam, this is exactly what he said. I wish I was Muslim before this, or long time ago. That's what Allah said. The only thing is that they just don't know it. All of them, once they see it, everyone says, I wish I was Muslim long time ago. That is the second meaning. And the third meaning is, when the punishments come. Now let's say, when Gaddafi was in the sewer system, what he wished? I wish just son. Yes, no, but I wish I was like one of those I used to fight and put in jail. What Hosni Mubarak now saying? I wish I was like Mursi in jail. And he ended up to be the president. I wish I'm saved. I wish I didn't have these 4 years of dignity, power, and might, and honor, and end up in the worst humiliation in front of the whole world. I am worthless, piece of trash, and people all looking at me. When the day I used to what? Billions, and I can chop heads, millions of people with one signature. Now I cannot even just go to the bathroom. So once the punishments of Allah come, with no doubt, the disbeliever feel, just like we said, these Danish cartoonists and movies, I wish I was Muslim before. I wish I have known Islam before. رُبَمَا يَوَدُّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَوْ كَانُوا مُسْلِمِينَ. Now the warning here. ذَرْهُمْ يَأْكُلُوا وَيَتَمَتَّعُوا وَيُلْهِهِمُ الْأَمَلِ. They have a purpose. They are focused. They are immersed around it. And he said, eating, entertaining, and preparing for more living. 3 things. Eating, entertaining and preparing for long living. Did you hear, sometimes you hear this funeral homes, they give an advertisement. What they say? They give you advice. They say, yeah, you are in good shape and so and so. The best plan is the plan when you can. Don't wait until you can to plan for it. Come and give us your money and buy your piece of hellfire from us right now. But even because they know people are not planning for that. No one has planned for. Probably you heard also Steve Jobs when he was speaking in the Stanford University graduation speech, and he said the best things in this life is death. People were crazy. What are you talking about? He said, when they tell you get that much of time to live, the cancer is growing and taking over, you start thinking, I have all the time I want to tell my family and my children and everybody else in this life what I want to tell them before I leave. Now they told me, oh, you have only this time. This time, he said, 3 months, 6 months. If I want just to tell my child some advice, it will not be enough. If I'm going to speak about my past life and give them lessons to learn from it, this time is not enough. So, why? Because this is what is it? Darhum, let them eat. Enjoy the eating and the entertainments and all this luxury or lavish life, and prepare for more lavish life and for living longer with false hopes. They are not aware they have a clock ticking, and when the time has come, they get to leave. Time is enough or not, they have to leave. That is what the verse said. And also given us, really, we have, as the Prophet said, we have to prepare for the day we leave. We have to be all the time preparing for the departure. Whatever needed, that's what the Muslim has to write his will. And if you don't write it, you are violating, you are a sinner. You have to prepare for the departure, because departure, first imminent, second, I don't know when. I don't know when, but I know it. So why don't make yourself just ready? You hear the buzz, you just go. If you want to go into the train, what do? Oh, wait. No, the door is closed. You better go. They grab you and push you in the car and go. So, Darhum, telling the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, let them eat. Basically, as you know, the people who have no iman, they are so busy about the art of cooking and eating. The art, it become huge industry and takes a lot of time, from people watching to people selling and buying and entertaining. Allah said this is one of the things that you should not be worried about. You should not spend that much time into it. You should not invest in it. Why? It just when the time come to eat whatever it is and go. Stop by Quick Trip and get a hamburger and go. That will be enough instead of going and thinking about it. It is really the driving force of the decisions that the people without iman making. One of the driving force is just eating. Driving force. Oh my God! There are people. He's full or she's full. Oh, I wish to have that. It's so delicious. That looks so good. What is this? It makes no sense. You don't need it. You don't have to have it. You don't have really to be so attached to it. You don't. Yes, when you're hungry, you can fill it up with anything, and it is done. Right? Let me tell you this. You have space in your stomach. It's maybe 2 pounds. But the stomach has elasticity. Means if you keep pushing it, it will stretch. You can put some more food, it will stretch. And it will stretch, and see people, they just got stuck with it. Really, they got stuck with it. And when you eat less, it shrinks. We eat less when you come Ramadan. You are not eating, but you still feel fine. So this, a container, it is limited size, but you take it beyond its limit because you overeat, and you get all the problems out of it. And once it is full, okay, let's say we ate, and then they brought the most delicious food in the world. What you can do with it? We ate whatever we ate. Ate a meal, I'm full. Now I come to a place where the whole all-you-can buffet, all kind of food. What you can do with it? You can do nothing with it, right? You crave, but you know you can't eat. If you try to eat, what are you going to do? You're going to throw up and you get in trouble. All right. When Allah meant, and the Prophet ﷺ meant, you should keep it the way it is, natural, normal. Never overstretch it. Don't overeat. What the Prophet said? Huh? He said, yeah. He said, we do not sit to eat until we are truly hungry. And we stop eating before it is filled up. And I tell you the truth, if you do this, you are the healthiest, you are going to be the healthiest person on earth. And that's what Ramadan meant. Ramadan is coming, that you come to Maghrib, definitely you are hungry, because you have eaten nothing, you have drink nothing. So you said to eat when you are truly hungry. But as you know, we just keep eating and keep eating and keep eating. And that's why Ramadan doesn't work. You need to stop before it is full. So, يَأْكُلُ, the second driving force is entertainment. And the third driving force is false hope. Hope that you get plenty of time. So 3 driving force, both of them shouldn't be driving force. Food, enjoying food, entertainment, and planning for living long time. That you don't have long time. Actually, you don't know how much time you have left. Entertainment, it's not haram, but it should be limited. It should not take third of your life, third of your money, third of your attention, third of your love and compassion. It should not. And the food, the same way. So Allah has given the warning like this.
Verse 3? Verse 3?
Yeah, number 3, yes.
Leave them to eat, enjoy. Leave them to eat and enjoy, and let them be preoccupied with false hope. They will come to know.
And basically like the animals. Get in the morning, they have nothing in mind, just to find food and sleep. And then the master come what? Take the cow to the slaughtering house. Unexpectedly. The cow thought it's going to go to the grass. It's going to go to the slaughtering house. And they have not. That's what said. فَسَوْفَ يَعْلَمُونَ. There is a day where they are going to be taken. Basically, this is a warning that these 3 things, they should be minimized and very limited. Time you spend in cooking and eating should be the minimum. Time for entertainment should be only when you need, when you feel you already are bored, tired. Not every day, not all the time, not Third one, you should be prepared because you don't know how much time you left. Act as if you don't have time and you are prepared. Those three things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying, the one without iman, they taken them far, far. Until the death comes, they are shocked. Because Allah said, I already set the clock. And the time is going to come when they have to depart. Okay. Now I will just give you a preview of the surah, and then because this is the introduction, and it is all going to talk to us about Hijr, about path, about mind, where restrict you to stay focused on your road and your goal. That is Hijr. Don't take right, don't take left. You are going to that place, you know where you're going, and you know the path, stick to it. There is no need to go right and left. So eating, drinking, entertaining, and having false hope is taking you just as we said. I am driving down South Rock Road and I'm going to the mall, but 13th and Rock Road, there is a nice, beautiful park. Okay, I go and wander around there and spend the day or two or three, and then I go to the other side on the central and I go east and I go this. You are with no Hajj, you have no mind. You are not going really to the mall and you are not going to reach. So the surah is talking about Hajj means restrict yourself to your path in order to reach your goal. Stay away firmly, discipline yourself. Where you don't take right or left, even if you think so entertaining, so good food, so hope and whatever dreams, stay to the path you are in. Now we said the surah is going to talking about, though you have to stick to that, Allah has His way to preserve and protect His deen and His Quran. As it happened, and it will happen all the time. Don't worry that someone will come one day and eliminate Quran, eliminate Islam and Muslims. It will never happen, no matter what is it. But you have to stick on the road because you might get lost, with no doubt about it. And the examples we said is the people of Saleh, where He brought them the evidence and they were strong and they were living happily in that place. But finally they have decided to cross the limit and to kill the she-camel, where Allah sent the echoes and destroy all of them. The surah that is the introduction, the 5 verses. Then after that, exactly like Hud, like Ar-Ra'd, like Ibrahim, is going to give us some of these she-camels. Okay? Every surah has a portion of it presenting to us many she-camels, means miracles, signs, evidence of the truth in the universe, on the earth, on life, and humans. Second portion to present to us many of these you call she-camels are miracles, a sign, a proof to the truth and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the next, the third portion is going to present to us some stories of the Prophet that fits this theme of the surah. Every surah has even short indication toward examples of stories of prophets and their nations and what happened to them that fits the theme of the surah. And here we are going to only get a little hint about in this surah, Ibrahim, Lut, Shu'aib, Saleh. And Ibrahim, now let's think about it. We have Ibrahim, Lut, Shu'aib and Saleh. What is the story of Ibrahim here? Is when the angels came and he brought food to them. What does it show? Show the mercy of Allah, the protection of Allah to the believers. Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam was getting old and he is worried about the future, So the angels came to him, say, we deliver mercy to you, that you are going to have children, and your children will carry on your message. That is a form of protection of Allah to the believers, to the Quran, to the righteous people. That is what the story of Ibrahim here. Example of Allah, how He protected Ibrahim. Protected him through his offsprings, that they are going to come, though he was already old. He couldn't even believe that he's going to have children. Allah told him, you are going to have children, and that thing will carry on your mission and your message. That is mercy. When you come to the people of Lut, well, they have to, with Lut himself and the believers and the people of Lut. The Lut himself, as you know, he struggled just to protect his guest. And it was, he said, Yawmun Asir. I wish I can have a cave in the mountain to run away from you. But what they said, the angels told them, angels were watching. And Lut, in desperate condition, his people all gathered, want to attack his guests, the angels. And he is trying to talk to them, stay away, please leave me alone. This is my guest, don't bring humiliation to me and my guest. And what they told him? Alam nanhaka anil alamin. They gave him warning. They told him, look, you by there, stop it. No one is going to stop us to do whatever we want to do. Those are nice, beautiful men, will take them to the club. So the angels, when they saw Lut in desperate condition, say, Inna rusulu rabbika falan yasilu ilayk. We are the messengers of Allah. They cannot reach us nor touch us. Why you are worried about it? That's where he get relieved. Imagine you have a robbers coming to your house, and you have no means to defend yourself, and they're gonna rape your family and all do things. And what are you gonna do? There was no 911 to call. He said, I wish there is something like a mountain to crash them, or a place where I can hide and lock myself. Man, they were warning, and they were Yazifun. You know Yazifun? They were gathered around his house and say like this, get them, like this. And all excited and all determined to get the angels and to take them to the club. And he tried to talk and to talk to them. Then finally the angel said, don't worry about it. We are the messengers of Allah. They can't reach us, nor you. Lan yasilu, even to you. If they try to say something, no. But you have to do what you have to do. So this is how also example, protection of Allah to the believers. And then, as-sayhatu mushriqeen. They told him, leave with your believers. Your wife should stay with them. And then the punishments of Allah coming. At the time of shuruq. That's shuruq, sunrise. And these people, they spend the whole night in the club, in the bar. All these kind of gay bars, and so then direct, and they sleep in the morning. So 7 o'clock is the right time where they're all out of it, where the punishments come, and has just they're all gone. عَالِيَهَا سَافِلَهَا. Said, we reverse the top, become the bottom. The city like this, flipped upside down. That's why today when they dig down in the Dead Sea, they find signs and tools of living at the bottom, because it was just like this. عَالِيَهَا سَافِلَهَا وَأَمْطَرْنَا عَلَيْهَا. And that's why Allah sent rain, and that's what the water in the Dead Sea. As a miracles. Okay. The story of Shu'aib and Salih. We know what happened to Shu'aib and his people, where he warned them and went through that, and then Allah told him the punishment is coming, and they were destroyed. And Salih, as we just have heard, what happened to them. This to tell the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam the fate of your enemy will never be different than the fate of the people of Lut, the people of Shu'aib, the people of Saleh. It will never be different. They are going to face the same end because they have taken the same route, the same path, and the same intention and the same plan to reject. So that is what in the end of the surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You can read the last 3 verses in the surah. That's the
starting with 97, 99.
okay.
Of Surah Al Hijr. No?
Right, start with okay, not 99. Start with 94.
94.
Yeah. That is the conclusion given to the Prophet ﷺ after narrating in this surah, as we said, that Allah is really have in His account to protect the believers, to protect the Quran, and has His effective means. You need to do what you're supposed to do and leave the rest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's 94. Go ahead.
Therefore, proclaim openly the oneness of Allah, that which you are commanded, and turn away from al-mushrikun.
All right. فَاصْدَعْ بِمَا تُؤْمَرْ وَأَعْرِضْ عَنِ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Raise your voice by the message you have and the iman and your identity, and ignore the mushrikeen. All right?
Truly, Allah will suffice you against the rejectors.
Yeah, what is that saying? Truly, Allah
Will suffice.
what suffice? What does it mean suffice?
Means it will be enough. Take care of it for you.
Okay? Allah will take care of it for you. Okay? So, إِنَّا كَفَيْنَاكَ. We surely will protect you. From whom?
From the rejectors, the scoffers.
Right. Mustahzi'een, here the word mustahzi'een, those making fun of you, those mock you. So this is for us. We are most of the time worried about the tree of the kufr. The tree of the kufr already, the root already cut, and with little push it's going to go away. Worried about what you're supposed to do, yeah, brother. Worried about how much Quran you read, worried about how much salah, worried about how much iman, worried about how much dhikr, worried about how much you prepare to meet Allah, worried. All these things should be the real worries. Don't worry about this, what their plan, how strong they are, how they can do so much and how they can uproot even the mountain. Don't worry about them. Allah has His way to protect you, and He is sufficient protector. Yes.
The
Next one.
Truly, Allah will suffice you against those who mock, who set up along with Allah another ilah, God, deity. But they will come to know. Indeed, Allah knows that your breast is straightened at what they say.
Yeah, that's true. What do you get? All of us, what? Distressed by the enemies when they tell us something bad about Islam. Every one of us, even the Prophet ﷺ, he said, نَعْلَمُ أَنَّهُ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. Your chest get narrowed out of maddened anger from what they say to you, or mock you, or put you down, or plan against you. It is true, because you are a human being and you feel definitely uncomfortable. You don't like to hear it, because it is false, and it is aggression, and it is threatening. You don't. Like, that is normal. But you don't forget the first verse before this. It is, Allah is going sufficiently to protect you. Ignore them. Rise above them and focus on your goal, on your mission, on your identity, on your deen. Rise above them. Don't get consumed That is the key point. Don't get consumed in reacting to what they are doing. You need to be stronger than that and move on. Isda' bima tu'mar. Preach the Quran. Send it to everyone. That's what is it. Okay?
So indeed, we know that your breast is...
We know. Allah said, I know. And Allah knows that we get hurt. Definitely we get hurt. And we get the bad feeling. Allah knows. Naam. Bima yaqulun. Alright?
Yeah.
Allah has given us the prescription. If you get really hurt, fell down, humiliated, despair from what they say, hear the prescription, the medicine. Alright?
So glorify
Sabbih
the praises of your Lord
bihamdi rabbika wa kum min as-sajidin. 2. Right.
and be of those who prostrate themselves to Allah
Okay, and the third?
and worship your Rabb until there comes unto you certainty. That
So the prescription, 3 things. 1, sabbih means make dhikr of Allah. Dhikr of Allah will bring happiness, confidence, tranquility to you. That's 1. And second, pray. Sajideen, pray as much as you can. Not just the salah and the sunnah and the qiyam, duha, night. Pray. Much dhikr, remembering of Allah. And the best remembering of Allah, what? What is the best remembering of Allah? Quran. The best remembrance of Allah, Quran. Read Quran. That is the top. And then glorify Allah. Sabbih. Okay, and the second one is prayers. And then you can say, for how long? That's the question. Because it looks like every day worse than the day before. Whatever the enemies are doing, you think they're going to stop one day? That's the question. You think all these bad things coming to Islam and Muslims is going to stop one day? No. Okay, how long we can handle it? We are hurt. We feel bad. We are humiliated. How long we can take it? What Allah said. Last verse.
and worship your Rabb, Allah, until there comes to you certainty. That
Death. Put it in your mind, this is going to continue until you die. It will never stop one day. Don't think one day everybody will say about Islam good. There are always difference, evil and bad. They say about Jesus, about everything. They say bad about themselves, about one another. How can about Islam? It's something will be there all the time, forever. So the description, and let's again, please listen to it, because that is what we need to take in practice, and it is relevant to what we face. 94. Listen, and I'll not interrupt. Listen to the translation.
therefore proclaim openly Tawheed, the oneness of Allah, that which you are commanded, and turn away from al-mushrikun, the polytheists, the disbelievers. Truly Allah will suffice you against those who mock, who set up along with Allah another ilah, deity. But they will come to know, indeed Allah knows that your breast is straitened at what they say. So glorify the praises of Allah, and be of those who prostrate themselves to Allah, and worship your Rabb, Allah, until there comes unto you certainty, death.
Okay, Jazakallah khair. Finally, if your heart, if your breast really in pain, whether because they say something or you have some other issues, you have some problems, you have challenges, you have something really making you in pain, the only real medicine that is effective to remember Allah, to pray. To remember Allah and to pray. That is the only thing is going to widen your chest, grant you tranquility and strength, and makes you free of this kind of feeling, bad feeling, depressing feeling, it has been for long around. How long can take it? The only things can really empower you to overcome, to gain more strength, to win, to rise above this, nothing except Quran, remembering Allah, and Salah. And that's how you discover how those people who are not reading Quran, who are not making dhikr Allah, who are not making Salah, how much they hurt themselves in addition to the hurt they received by others. They hurt themselves on top of the hurt they received by others. Wallahu alam. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.